Assalamualaikum. My name is Natasha Ayuni binti Julharbi. Today I want to review a journal about the Islamic banking products, regulations, issues and challenges. Introduction from this journal. It's clearly stated discuss about what is Islamic finance, what is the Islamic housing finance and product development, the Islamic product development, and about the regulation and the legislation. So we know that Islamic banking is also known as the Islamic finance or the Sharia compliant finance. It is also refers to the finance or the banking activities that adhere to the Islamic or the Sharia law. So for the fundamental of the Islamic finance is two, which is profit and sharing, and also the prohibition of the collection of payment interest by the lenders or the investors. So for the Islamic housing financing, we can clearly see in this journal. You can see clearly in this journal. They talk about the contract. What are the contract that Islamic banking use to provide the housing financing to the customers that live in Malaysia, and also the Islamic banking product development. The development of the Islamic banking itself, for example, the using of the red the using also number third is number 4 support the product variation housing financing. Number 2 I will review on this journal is Islamic banking and Maqasid Sharia. So in this journal clear stated the Maqasid Sharia, the important benefit of the Maqasid Sharia in the Islamic banking. We know that Maqasid Sharia is the objective of Sharia itself. Maqasid Sharia is to benefit and to protect the Ummah, and as well as to discipline and structure the living in accordance with the Islamic value, which has been stated in the Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. So the main reason of the Maqasid Sharia in the financial sector is to establish the maslahah, the public interest or the public benefit in the economic activities. As we know that Maqasid Sharia are designed to promote the benefit and preventing the harms. Okay, so we know that the Maqasid Sharia has three different levels. First level is about the Daruriyah, the essential to all humankind, and the Hajiyah is the supporting to the essential, to support the essential for the human, and Tahsiniyah is the luxuries. The luxuries is not for all the human, but to the person who can afford the luxuries in their life. So the foundation of the Islamic economic the best based on the concept of economic. Okay, all I can say in this journal in point number 2, the foundation. Okay, all I can it's clear for me. Point number 3 in this journal is Islamic banking product development. Okay, Number 3, uh, we know that in Islamic banking there are two type of product. First product is a Sharia compliant product, and second product is about Sharia based product. Okay, I will discuss about the Sharia compliance product. Sharia compliance product available in the market and being introduced by the Islamic bank then that are not Sharia based, which means the Sharia compliant product is usually so much similarities between the conventional. There are similarities, but for the Sharia compliant, it is must as the Sharia principle. For the conventional, there are no Sharia principle. So we can see in Malaysia, there are several banks which are having two entities. We know that Maybank, there are subsidiaries for the Maybank Islamic, for example. Second example is CIMB. There will be CIMB Islamic. For Sharia compliant product, as I know, is for Islamic Sharia compliant product. If I'm not mistaken, it is Islamic hire purchase for the conventional hire purchase. So from the conventional hire purchase, has been okay. Second type of product, which is Sharia based product. Sharia based product is without any imitation or without the borrowing from the existing conventional product. The product is pure from what has been practiced by our prophet. For example, like Murabaha, Ijara, Musyarakah, Mudarabah, it is the Sharia based product. It is the example of the Sharia based product. Okay, so the product development in Malaysia is very okay. We know. Okay, before we talk about the product development, I will give the brief explanation about the Islamic banking in Malaysia. So the Islamic banking in Malaysia began in 1963 when Tabung Haji was established. But the first Islamic bank in Malaysia was established in 1980, which is we know now as Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. So today's in Malaysia, banks offer Islamic banking. Today's in Malaysia, many Islamic banking offer product. So today in Malaysia, banks offer Islamic banking product have grown to 16 banks. Number 4 in this channel is Islamic product variation, which in this channel discuss about the home financing. Okay, there are Islamic product and contract that exist in Islamic bank, whether in Malaysia or other country. This is due to the fact that the Islamic bank of the Sharia Advisory Board may have the different type of interpretation of the contract, or different opinion of juries, or different scholars review regarding the product itself. Okay, as we can see here in the table number 3, the comparison of the housing financing product based on the BPA contract between 3 established Islamic bank in Malaysia, which is Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad, Maybank Islamic Berhad, and Standard Chartered Sadiq Berhad. These 3 banks use BPA contract, but of course the product name is different for each banking. So they also with they are using same BPA contract, but the benefit is different. As we can see there, the financing tenure and the scope will be different, but the contract is the same. Okay, for table number 4, we can see wait, number 5 in this journal is the legislation and the regulation. Okay, I can see in this laptop, they talk about the regulation. Okay, we know that the most famous and well-known regulatory body in Malaysia is Bank Negara Malaysia and Securities Commission. All the Islamic financial institutions are registered under BNM. Okay, under this regulation, there are 65 registered financial institutions listed under the BNM, and maybe many more to come. Okay, in the journal, we can see they also mention about the BAFIA, the FIA, and SAC. Okay, for the BAFIA, it stands for the Banking and Financial Institution Act 1989. The second is Islamic Banking Act 1983 and the Takaful Act 1944. Okay, this 3 act is very important to BNM to make sure that the BNM meet the objective of the central bank. Okay, those act also is to organize and to supervise the financial system here in Malaysia. Okay, it is also stated Sharia Advisory Council. So is SAC is the most highest authority body in BNM. The SAC consists of prominent jurists, scholars, and who qualified and expert in the Sharia matters, banking and finance. Those are the regulation or the legislation that has been stated in the journal. Okay, for the conclusion overall from this journal, now that Islamic finance was one of the most shining phenomena of the present global financial. So until now, the Islamic finance is the fastest and highest growing segment of the global financial. Okay, but although the Islamic financial market as the financial medium has performed all the functions that provided by the conventional market, but Islam is the religion that's claimed to be the way of the life that governs all the aspects of the human life. So Islam has provided the guideline and the rules for every sphere of life, and society, material as well as the spiritual. So this guideline and the convenient called Islamic law and the Sharia law. So in generally Islamic law is the law that incorporate the rules on mostly of the humankind of all aspect, which is in economic, social or religious